Hey guys and girls, welcome to the channel. This is Caleb, the Heikin-Ashi-Investor, and this is our weekly review where I'm going to take a look at the stock market indexes, the QQQ, the SPY, and the IWM small caps through the lens of the Heikin-Ashi technique. So, if you're not familiar with Heikin-Ashi technique, there are other videos that you can watch, and I can link to those as well. But assuming you have a basic understanding of that, let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at what the market's doing. So our weekly QQQ NASDAQ ETF chart here shows us in a strong uptrend, no lower wick on the candle. We are still moving up. Heikin-Ashi Delta down here in the bottom right is turning upward as well. These are all bullish signs. If we click over to the daily chart, though, we do see the end of the week action here did roll over into two down candles. And we also had back here on Monday a negative cross of the Heikin-Ashi Delta, which is an early warning sign that maybe the trend is changing because the price action is changing. And sure enough, 2 days later, the market or the index ETF started rolling over. Um, what you're also going to notice here is down on the bottom right, we are starting to cross over this zero line. Once we cross over this zero line, we are in bearish territory, and I am bearish at that point. So black candles pointing down, crossing over here on the short-term daily. We are looking downward for the foreseeable future. Let's take a look at the SPY. So back over here to the weekly chart. Similar to the QQQ, we're moving up here, moving averages, nice upward pattern, bullish Heikin-Ashi candle. We took out last week's high. We're getting close to all-time highs. Down here, the Heikin-Ashi Delta on the weekly as well. We have a similar cross up. And if we look at the daily chart of the SPY, a little bit different than the NASDAQ. Tech stocks took a big hit, but the SPY holding up a little bit better. Go ahead and zoom in here nice and big. We have these two doji candles and are actually shrinking in size. So quite a bit of consolidation is happening right here. Bears and bulls duking it out. Do we want to take it down? Do we want to take it up? Heikin-Ashi obviously uses a little bit of a price average from previous price action. So this is a very clear sign that we have been moving up and now we are pausing. So what happens next remains to be seen there on the daily. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the IWM Russell ETF, the small caps. Zooming out here to the weekly view, we can see quite a bit of supply here at the $200 level. Hung out there for quite a bit in early 2022 before dropping under. We've touched it once in August 22, touched up in that range again beginning of this year, and now we have made our way back. So on the weekly chart of the Russell small caps, down here in the bottom right, we're also seeing an even more aggressive cross up. Did some good price action the past couple weeks. Broke out of these doji consolidations for a good move up the past 2 weeks, and so now getting into this zone where we have sold off in the past. Looking at the daily chart for the Russell, you can see that extended move here, kind of broke out from this area in here, and then bullish candles all the way up until now we're reaching some consolidation in this zone. So it remains to be seen. As you can see down here on the Heikin-Ashi Delta, getting a little mixed up, but we are still in positive territory above the zero line. It is turning or crossing down. So definitely a moment to pause. If you are long, want to tighten up those stops. If you are not long, not an opportunity necessarily to get into it just yet. We want to see which direction we're going to go out of this consolidation candle. So there's a quick snapshot for you of the QQQ, the SPY, and the IWM for weekly action. That's what happened this past week, ending on Friday, 7/21/23. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, throw them in the comments below. Hoping to put some more videos like this out for everyone to get a better look at the Heikin-Ashi technique and what the market's doing.